Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Jesse Hoff. Today we're going to be working on my camera lens. I have a Sigma 2.8 zoom lens, 18 to 50 millimeters, and I'm going to try to fix it. I'm a little daunted by this task just because I've tried to fix a camera lens on a Pentax once and didn't go too well. A lot of moving parts in these things, a lot of small screws, got to really keep track of all those screws. So my recommendation is make a video about it. So that's what I'm going to do. Try to keep track of all the steps needed to take it apart. There's a video, really good video by Mike No62 about taking one of these apart, and he's kind of given me, I guess, the confidence to take it on by myself. But that's what's great about YouTube, right? You got a community out there to support you. So let's get into it. But the main problem with it is this thing is just, it's stuck. It used to move. Now I'm pretty sure there's a loose screw in there. I gotta find a loose screw, and I'm not even sure I'm gonna be able to finish it today, so it might be a multi-day shoot here. Alright, so there's my lens. Once again, this thing is not zooming anymore. It's definitely loose, just like in that video that Mike No has on YouTube. A couple tools I'm gonna be using. This will probably be my go-to. It's just a one I picked up at Walmart, a Stanley sort of small screwdriver. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to take everything apart. We're going to find out. I also have this little dental pick. Hopefully that'll help. And I got a pair of tweezers. Hopefully that'll get some of the wire connections out. I also put a sheet down on the ground just to make sure, just in case any of those screws get loose on me. I'm going to make sure those screws stay on the ground. I got a really dark carpet, so I was afraid I was going to lose those screws if they kind of fell off the table, which I hope they won't. So I am first going to take this screw, this screw, and this screw out. Alright, so what I just did, I just took those 3 screws out from here, here, and here. What I noticed is magnetic screwdriver definitely helps. This one has a little bit of magnetism to them, but I don't know if it's enough. And I was just unscrewing them, using the tweezers to pull them out. And my fear was that it'd fall into that cavity, so I was being very careful. Then I realized I should probably put a towel down. Put a towel down. Now I have a towel down on the surface so the screws don't just roll all over the place. Alright, next step. Probably taking this thing out. Oh, there it goes. Comes right out. Now I'm going to take this out. See how that works. Oh, there it comes. Step is there's 2 very small screws right here and here to hold this little mechanism in. Gotta take those out. Alright, after you get that metal piece off, just gotta remember the orientation that it comes in. There's these 2, a black and a silver washer. I'm taking off here. Actually, there's a whole bunch of washers. Black, silver, another black underneath. I keep those all in the same order. And now on to the next step. And just to remember in regards to these washers, another thing that helps is the headlamp. I just put my headlamp on, get a little extra light. But it looks like these washers in the orientation, so this little small hole is at the top. Kind of lined up with this thing right here. So that little small hole is lined up with that. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this screw, and this screw. They're kind of in like this U recess, and I'm going to take those 3 screws out.
Alright, those 3 are out. Alright, next little step, I'm going to just try to pull this part off. I might have to take this little screw out, I'm not sure. It seems like it's sliding up, but it's kind of stuck. So I think I'm going to take out this little screw right here next to this little U recess. Try to free something up here. It's very, very small, that screw. Very, very small screw. Only a couple pieces of thread on it. And we'll see what happens now. Kind of very important to remember the orientation. Let's see, this AF manual thing is right next to the lock button. I'm going to rotate it just a little bit. Oh, so yeah, so it kind of slides in. I pulled it out this way and pulled it out. And slides back in too. So it kind of slides out. Lift that part up and then out. Now it comes out. There it is. There's that piece. I'm going to put that right there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that little tiny screw, man, this is the tiniest screw I've ever seen, back into the hole, which it came. I don't know if I'll have to put that screw in, take it out, when I put that washer back in, but we'll see. Alright, another thing I'll mention that I'm doing, I'm going like, stopping the video, right, and I'm going back and I'm watching Mike No 62's video each step of the way. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any audio on his video. It's a great video, but he doesn't have any audio, so he tackles this little thing next. It's a little cable, little wire connection. Looks like it has some connectors right here, so I'm going to tackle that next. These sort of connectors right there that hold the cable in. So I'm using my dental pick and I'm just kind of pushing this little black part back ever so slightly. And hopefully that frees up the cable enough that I can wiggle the cable out with a pair of tweezers. So I got those black things out. Now I'm going to try to wiggle out this cable connection. Yeah, they're good. Nice and easy. It wasn't too hard. Alright, next step, what I'm going to do is deal with these other connectors. Same principle, right? There's these black little holders that are holding the cable in. So you want to push those down. Very careful. Pushing those down. And we're going to deal with this one too. And one thing I will add also, ladies and gentlemen, you know, whenever I'm doing something complex like this, I try to break it down into steps. You know, I shoot a part of the video, then I go there, watch the video that's online, and then I come back to this. So the next step is going to be take this part off, and it looks like this is one mechanism. So there's one little screw that holds a circuit board on. I'm going to take that out, put that aside, make sure you remember where that is. Then it looked like in the video he took this whole mechanism off. So I'm going to take I think I'm missing a screw here. Right in between those two. There's a screw right in between this thing. So I'm going to take out two. You can see that little gear goes in there. That's where the motor sits. There's 3 screws that go into this mechanism, 1 screw that goes in this circuit board. Bam. Done. It's coming along. Alright, next step. I'm going to take this screw out. It's right there underneath this ribbon strip. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws that are holding it down. I'm going to take those out also. I took out that screw at the ribbon strip. I'm going to take out these 5 screws. And I'm also going to label, because that screw looks very similar to the screw that I took out for the circuit board. So that one's for the ribbon strip. This other one is for the circuit board. Alright, next step, I'm going to take out these 5 screws right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're really in there good. Wow, these are tight. Shit. Well, I think I might be screwed now, man. Like, these screws were a little hard to get out and I might have stripped them. Something simple like that will screw you up. Yeah, I'm screwed now. I can't get those out. Damn! But I think there's some other stuff I can do. Even though those screws can't come out, I'll still be able to get some pieces off. So I'm gonna, next step, I'm gonna take this little thing off. This rubber kind of zoom ring. Alright, now off comes the zoom ring. So I'm going to take this tape off and just peeling it off with my nail. You got that little kind of, it's like a piece of copper, thin piece of copper. I'll put that right there. And we're going to take this thing out. Little contactor. There's 2 screws. They turn pretty easy. Really. Next thing I'm going to do is take off this other piece of copper. Alright, next step, what I noticed was in Mike No 62 video, his video, this tape is silver. I just noticed this part is black. Or maybe it's silver underneath, that's why. So you gotta peel this silver piece off. I was mistaken, I guess this one. Alright, now that I got the tape off, I'm just kind of wedging my screwdriver in there. Let's see if I can kind of get this piece to pop off. So I'm having a lot of trouble getting this ring off. I'm not sure if it's because of these screws that haven't gotten out, but I don't really think these screws are holding this ring on. And since this is the part that's kind of stuck, you know, I anticipated, I guess, this being a little difficult. So, hey guys, what's up again? It's about maybe a day or 2 later, and what I've been doing is I got the Dremel out. Handy little Dremel, and I got these. I just freed up the 1 screw that was stripped, and what I did, I covered up the whole lens with some paper towels and some tape, and I just cut a groove in the screw, and then I got it out with a flathead. So I was able to free that one, and I'm going to show you a close up here if I can. This freaking 50-meter lens. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show you, but that right there is the screw. I just cut a groove in it with the Dremel tool, and that freed it up. You gotta be really careful with the Dremel tool, you know. Slips, you can hit the lens, and there's that ribbon thing there too. So I'm trying to be very careful not to hit that with the Dremel tool too. So I'm going to try the other one. I just got the 1 free. I got 1 more to go. Alright, now that I got those screws out, this seems to rotate a bunch. so I'm going to see if I can get it out now. Alright, this looks like it's going to come off now. You know, I've kind of just loosened it up a little bit. I hear the loose screw in there. Right there you could see where the screw is missing. Oh, there it is. Just fell out. That's the screw that was been loose right there. Let me show you if I can. So that's the screw that's been loose. You can kind of see a crack too in the chassis. That was a screw that just fell out. There's another one right there I'll have to put back in. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is just to put this screw back in. It doesn't even seem like I have to take this upper part off to screw that screw in. I could see the screw right there. The other ones I just tightened up. Maybe I'll get a little Loctite, throw that screw in there, and without even taking this upper part off. Because it looked like from Mike and No 62's video, it seemed like that part was kind of hard to get back together. So I might just throw that screw in there and then throw it all back together. Alright, so I got the thread lock number 42. God, this lens, I'll tell you. There it is, thread lock number 42. I'm going to put that on that little thread, screw it in, see what happens. Oh, is it cracked? See that this part is cracked right there? That's what loosened it. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do, these screws that I dremeled out, I'm going to put them back in. They're basically flatheads now. I'm going to put them back in. And I just won't tighten them that much, you know. It could be a good idea to have them in there rather than not have them in there. I was just going to try to go with just 3 screws, but there's 5 in total. Alright, next step in the reassembly is to put this little sleeve. Alright, so I just got this little ring back on, and what I had to do, I originally had the screws in there. I had to take the screws out and lift it up to get this ring back on. So that was pretty important. I was kind of racking my brain trying to get this ring back on, but I had to take the bolts out, the 5 screws in there, and lift it up to get that ring back on. Now I'm going to put the screws back in. Alright, I think it's time to start reassembling this thing. First thing up is, as I remember this, actually I'm going to do these little pieces on the sides, these pieces of tape. Okay. A pretty important step here, I put this ribbon strip right in before I put this screw in. I gotta take this ribbon strip out now and put the screw in. It won't fit underneath it, so you gotta take that ribbon strip out. You gotta put that screw in before you put this ribbon strip into that little holder. I'm gonna put this ring on, and as I remember, I have to take this screw out right here to get this ring on. Step is I'm going to put this ring back on. Forgot about this ring. And then these little washers. I'm going to put these washers back on, but I don't remember the orientation, so I'm going to go back and watch my video. to remember. But yeah, there it is. Lens is working now, zooming in and out nice and smoothly now. Autofocus is working. And the lock is working now too. So, I'm going to plug it on the camera. Hopefully it works good. I'm going to go and snug these bolts in a little bit. So I'm shooting this video from the new lens and it seems to be working just fine. Yeah, autofocus is working, zooming out nice. There's my little workstation. Once again, put a towel down. I'd really recommend that. Didn't really use these grip wrenches very much, but Loctite was definitely key. This little dental pick, this screwdriver, and I'll just show you a close-up of this screwdriver, was good enough to get pretty much all the bolts out. Once again, I did have a lot of trouble getting those couple bolts out, and had to use the Dremel tool. That was trouble. I put those screws back in, but yeah. I also borrowed another little set from my buddy, but I didn't really need it. And tweezers are pretty crucial. So thanks for watching. Once again, guys, subscribe to the channel for more videos each week. Got a lot of different videos on fixing stuff, adventures I get into, and yeah, please enjoy the videos and subscribe. Enjoy the ride with me.